We had never stayed at the Caesars Palace Resort before, so on our last trip to Vegas, we decided to check it out and see what it was like to stay at this famous hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. In this video, we're going to share all of our pros and cons for staying at Caesars Palace, as well as give you several tips for when you visit here next.
One of our favorite pros about Caesars Palace is that there are so many things to do here that you don't even have to leave during your entire stay if you don't want to. There's an abundant variety of restaurants here, including celebrity chef restaurants like Chicken Guy, Amalfi by Bobby Flay, Dominique Ansel Bakery, Gordon Ramsay's Pub and Grill, as well as Hell's Kitchen, Nobu, the Peter Luger Steakhouse, Vanderpump, and Pronto by Giada.
If you're not into celebrity chef restaurants, there are plenty of other options here like Cheesecake Factory, an entire Forum food court, Carmine's family-style Italian restaurant, Joe's Seafood, RPM Italian, and Soul Mexican Casino, just to name a few. The list could go on for a while, but you get the point, which is that there are plenty of restaurants here.
In addition to restaurants, you'll also find an abundance of shopping options here at Caesars Palace. This resort has everything from high-end boutiques to souvenir shops. Most of the shopping can be found in the Forum Shops area, although you'll find a sprinkling of stores all throughout the entire resort.
Another great pro for staying at Caesars Palace is that they have some of the best pools on the entire Las Vegas Strip. Not only are they gorgeous, with stunning architecture and a peaceful ambiance, but there are quite a few pools, so everyone can spread out. You can rent a cabana for the day if you like, or you can just lounge around poolside. The pool area is enclosed on all sides by the resort, so it really feels like a Roman retreat, hidden away from the hustle and bustle of Vegas.
In the same courtyard area, you'll also find gorgeous wedding chapels, so if you're looking for a beautiful place to get married in Vegas, you might want to add Caesars Palace to your list of places to consider. Caesars Palace also has a 50,000 square foot spa, including multiple Roman baths and an Arctic ice room. You could enjoy a massage or a facial and spend a relaxing day enjoying the QUA Spa facilities. There is also a fitness center with all of the equipment you might need to stay in shape on your vacation.
There are also several fun touristy things to do here at Caesars Palace. Perhaps one of the most interesting is the Fall of Atlantis show, located inside the Forum Shops by the Cheesecake Factory. This 10-minute animatronic show runs every hour on the hour, starting at 10 a.m. daily, and is free to enjoy. Although we found the echo in the room made it difficult to understand what they are saying at times, unless you get close.
There is also a 50,000-gallon saltwater aquarium with more than 300 unique tropical fish adjacent to the show. If you like, you can also watch them feed the fish a few times a day, so check the website for current feeding times. The Caesars Palace Coliseum has been named the top live entertainment venue worldwide by Billboard since 2005 and can seat over 4,000 people. You can catch shows here almost daily, so be sure to check and see who might be performing during your stay.
There are also other fun touristy things that you can do here at Caesars Palace, including one of our favorite escape rooms. We highly recommend playing the Prison Break room here at the Escape Game. It was a lot of fun.
Alright, let's move on to another pro, which is the ambiance here at Caesars Palace. Everything has a very Romanesque feel, including gorgeous paintings, sculptures, architecture, and decorations. Everywhere you go, you'll find fountains and marble statues. Another cool thing is that in the Forum Shops, they have curved escalators, which is not something that you would commonly see. There's also a section of the Forum Shops where the ceiling is painted to look like the sky, so it gives you the illusion that you're walking down a street in ancient Rome. Everything here is so beautiful, and if you're looking for a gorgeous resort to stay at in Vegas, Caesars Palace would definitely fit the bill.
Alright, let's move on to some tips for staying here at Caesars Palace and talk about the conveniences. First up, be prepared for very long check-in lines. Our biggest tip for you here would be to utilize the mobile check-in and skip the regular check-in lines entirely. Mobile check-in can be done early if you want to pay extra, or you can check in for free starting at 3 p.m. If you arrive early and don't want to check in early, you can also use the baggage check to drop your bags without being charged.
If you're finding our video helpful so far, please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel.
Something to note is that there are multiple towers with the hotel rooms in them, so make sure that you figure out which one you are staying in and don't accidentally go to a different one. We stayed in the Octavius Tower, and it was very conveniently located in proximity to the things we did at Caesars Palace. The Octavius and Palace Towers will be closest to the pools, while Augustus is the closest tower to the street entrance and the reception desk. A con here is that due to the size of the resort, you may have to walk for quite a while to reach an Uber or taxi stand. Depending on how often you plan to leave the hotel, this can be a bit annoying.
Speaking of the size, let's talk about what's next. As we mentioned before, Caesars Palace is so massive that you'll never run out of things to do here. But the con is that it's so big, it can be tricky to navigate at first and can take a long time to get from one place to another. It's also very crowded and busy most of the time, so be prepared to deal with a lot of people. If you want to see Caesar's Palace with less people, we highly recommend walking around early in the morning before the main Vegas crowd is up and around.
Another pro is that Caesar's Palace is very centrally located on the Strip, which makes it easier to get to other popular Vegas hotels without having to go very far. Some of our favorites nearby are the Venetian, the Bellagio, and Paris Las Vegas. If you do plan to spend much time out on the Strip, the location of Caesar's Palace makes it very convenient. Another pro is that Caesar's has a great points and rewards system that includes all Caesar's properties and restaurants. So if you plan to eat or stay at several of their locations, you can quickly accumulate rewards.
Alright, let's move on to the rooms themselves. Personally, for the price, we thought that these rooms were pretty basic. We had an Octavius premium room with 2 queen beds. The room itself was kind of small, and we didn't feel like the room justified the usually high price tag. Obviously, when you stay at Caesar's Palace, you're paying for everything collectively and not just the room itself. But we still thought that they could have made it a little nicer. The bathroom had a jetted tub, a small shower, double sinks, and a toilet in its own separate room. The mattresses weren't the most comfortable we've had in Vegas either, but they weren't bad.
Honestly, the best part about this room was the view that we got, which looked over the pools and even the mountains in the distance. Overall, these rooms were nice and we didn't have any complaints, but they were on the more basic side of things. The average nightly rate for Caesar's Palace is typically around $250 on a weeknight and $350 on a weekend, and we paid $168 for a single night on a Monday. If you check out their website, you can see the prices coming up and book your stay based on that if you have flexibility, which is how we got a cheaper night.
Let us know in the comments which resort we should stay at during our next visit to Las Vegas. And check out this video next to see our tips for staying at the Venetian Resort, which is another one of our favorite hotels here on the Las Vegas Strip.